All right, I thought I was going to stop for the day, but I decided to keep going. All right, let's figure out what we're doing with our economy, and then we will claim this last space, first of all. So, at Earth, we have a housing issue, and a slight unemployment issue, and a slight amenities issue. So we're running out of amenities here. Now, remember, unlike consumer goods and stuff, which, you know, is an actual thing that we, you know, a thing we can stockpile, amenities are planet to planet to planet. You can't just have amenities everywhere, right? Amenities is like stuff, actual infrastructure that is dedicated towards fulfilling the day-to-day needs of the population, as it says there, right? Like having roads and lights and toilets and things like that, okay? You can't just have those. So we do need to build some amenities on the planet. And I'm thinking that the house and the work employment can both come from the same thing, and that is a city. So what the city will do is give us lots of housing, give us a clerk, or some clerks, which will get us some money in the meantime. And should deal with some of these, but the amenities issue, you know, people are a little bit unhappy. Overall, they're okay. When we get another building available, as one more person is born, what we can do is we can get some amenities going on there. Maybe we're like a commercial zone, right? Maybe we can do that. That'll give us a ton more clerk jobs as well. And where will the people for those clerks live? In the cities. So we'll have the city dwellers producing clerks, and all the excess population that's being housed there will go to work in commercial zones or something like that. We can end up getting a lot of money that way. So that's Earth, and that's the problems there. Now, all you can eat, it's telling me that there's some tile blockers I can clear, so we may as well go do that. Get rid of the dangerous wildlife, and reveal whatever is underneath there. It says on clearing, nothing will really happen, but I think we'll open up this last district. You see this grayed out agriculture district here? I think we'll get that. So that should be fine. I'll actually clear that first. And it's also telling me that these specialists are unemployed here. I still haven't quite figured out what exactly I need to do to give them homes, give them things to do. I think it might be because this hydroponics farm, this building could provide a specialist job. But what I've done instead is I've just created a thing with basic jobs inside it. Same here. These are just regular farmers that work here. These medical workers are specialists. So maybe we'll actually replace the hydroponics farm for now. And instead, we'll have something specialist, something more advanced for these people to do. What that could be, I don't know. 2 entertainers. That will provide more amenities for the planet. Some unity. Some clerks. Some consumer. Let's put a civilian industry here, because this will give us consumer goods we can export and deal with on our other worlds. So that's good. Now, the Nova Earth is still technically being called a tech world, even though it's not really doing much for tech right now. So let's start doing that. If there's no building we can build here, let's put some research labs down, and let's swap away these gene clinics and these medical workers. Let's make these medical workers researchers instead. Right, the growth is still encouraged here, so that's fine. And yeah, we'll have that as an actual tech world. Not only that, but then also some of these other new planets as well should be able to do the same. Now, here's the thing: the Tengu studying the physics and Viradamon Prime, they are in what is called a sector. So what's a sector? Let's deal with that now. As you can see here, I can collapse these separate things. We've got our military fleets, civilians, armies. Could probably turn the army section off. It's all right. We can leave it here for now. So pretty much, as we expand and get quite big, there are sectors that we can essentially use to delegate and automate the development of various planets and things to other areas. So here you'll see that we have a sector for Earth. This is our core sector. And the sector settings here is we can choose a focus. I myself am handling everything. I'm playing the game myself, and I'm doing all of this. So we don't need to select a focus for this, right? But the core sector has a certain stockpile of goods, as you can see here. And it will do its thing. Now, what I could do instead is we also have this frontier sector. And sectors have changed since I last played the game as well. So we're going to have to figure out how exactly this works. So the frontier sector has these 2 planets in it. It's a different area. And we can assign a governor who will watch over that sector and do his thing. Now, I don't know why. If this is a different sector, the frontier sector, why is it not coming up as one? I'm not sure. And how do I create a new one? This is all a little bit different to last time I played. I guess we'll wrestle with this as we go along. But basically, you can create new sectors, and they're like territories within your empire. Think of them like states, right? They're like vaguely autonomous sections of your empire that, you know, are still your people. You can still command them around. But what it means is, let's say I end up conquering all of the brands soon. We could just call this the brand sector, and I won't manually deal with every single little branded outpost and station that they had built. You know, I can look at them and I can dabble with them, I can do whatever I want, but in general, I could just give it to a governor. And that means that the AI will handle it in my name, and you might not like that much, but here's the thing, governors have all these extra buffs. So even though the AI might be a little bit imperfect, you know, governors can, you know, they can get upgrades that mean that the armies they produce are better. Sorry, these are generals. What am I talking about? I was wondering why none of those looked appropriate. Like here, buildings. They'll build your buildings in that sector way cheaper, right? And their districts and all that kind of stuff, so yeah. I mean, I kind of get a governor anyway on Earth that I've been benefiting from. But yeah, that's the idea there. And we'll watch this as we go forward. Right now, these are just new colonies that are building up. And we'll see how the AI handles them and what they do. So, strange flows. Did we just finish this? Or... yeah, we did. This was already... nano separators. Is this what we actually learned about before? New discovery was made. An abandoned research station. Oh, no. I don't think we did read this, did we? Hold on. I remember we did, in the last episode, discover a new technology. Was the nano set? Yeah, this was the alloy plants. We definitely did read this. I just never dismissed the thing. So let's do that there. Let's dismiss the hostile fleet thing. One of our scientists needs something to do. We were doing Durasteel armor first, weren't we? So we'll do that. This death isn't relevant anymore. We already dealt with that. Okay, we're all caught up. So now the next thing is consumer goods. We can subsidize this economy here by adding a new trade, buying consumer goods with our money. We're getting 106 credits a month anyway. And I will buy 15. We're currently running in debt of 14. So I'm going to trade with my civilian economy 15 of these. Now, they might get really expensive later, in which case, you know,
our station
that might not be a good idea, but we'll figure it out. Now, the dragon is attacking us, it seems, again. Let's see what he does. Oh my god, we're shooting at it. Oh my god, here you go. This is pretty cinematic. Yeah, we're gonna get absolutely wrecked. So here's how good the dragon is. And it completely destroyed the starbase. So now, without a starbase, I don't know what will happen. This is still kind of our territory because our people live here. But maybe they're not defended from the dragon. Maybe the dragon couldn't attack them before or bombard them or whatever because of the starbase. And now he's destroyed it. Let's see. Is he just lurking there? Is he chill? He's not bombarding them or anything. Yeah, all right. Okay, so we're okay. This is a really weird situation. Usually, if the starbase is destroyed, that becomes like, that is not your space anymore. But because we have civilians, citizens living there, it's still sort of okay, I think, for now. Wow, okay, so he's got up and he started moving and he's destroyed that now. That's fine. That's going to keep pestering me about tile blockers for a long time, but we don't have to worry about that for a bit. Let's have a look at our construction section. We're still waiting for the influence to build this up, so that's fine. This guy is moving over here. Now, we are in position to build this. It will cost us a ton of influence to do right now, but I'm going to do it right now. The reason it costs more influence is because...
the special project has concluded.
Is because we have skipped over a system. Now, meanwhile, the space amoebas that we saw before, who remembers these? The entities encountered by our fleet some time ago are new, wondrous forms of spaceborne life. Quickly nicknamed space amoebas, following an analyst's gross misreading of initial sensor output, the creature is in fact larger than the average human corvette. We should leave it be and remotely monitor the creature and its kin from Earth. See, again, you see this way that this is written? They're anticipating that you found just one of them. But nowadays, you tend to not find just one of them. You tend to find them in groups. And that's actually what we've got here. You know, you used to find just like a couple, and And they'd move a lot, and you could fight them or do whatever. And now, this is one of the mods I kind of want to make. I was doing so much of that stuff before recording this series with you guys, you have no idea. And I just got to a point where it's like, okay, I burned 3 weeks on this. I've done nothing, right? I was playing the Elder Scrolls, and then I spent 3 weeks doing it. I was like, I've got to stop. So, I don't know, maybe in the future. It's really fun, but hey. So anyway, we should leave them be and remotely monitor the creature and its kin from Earth. Now, so there's 2 options here, you'll see, that we can say fascinating creatures, and that will give us a new special project to study them. Or, we can say we can learn to coexist, and we get one to pacify them, okay? Space Amoeba study, Space Amoeba pacification. And the idea is, based on our ethics, you actually get different choices. You guys might not realize this, but there's so many empires you can play, and all these kind of little events, they have different outcomes and choices for you based on who you are. So as humans, these are the 2 that we've got. Well, as an empire with these specific ethics, these are the 2 that we've got, just to be very precise about that. So what do we want to do? Pacify them, or just study them? Let's just study them. Right now, it would attack us if we went near it. Not a good idea. I do want to say as well, though, by the way, that we can inspect them too. So check it out. Large space organism, orange class, blah 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 blah. So look, you can see how much health they've got, and you can see, look at this, large amoeba weapons, and they're kind of different. And here you've got an amoeba flagella. It's a strike craft. So essentially, can you see how we have these little ones around? Or maybe if we were to attack it, these small amoeba would come out. Do you remember I told you about Strikecraft the other episode? We haven't seen any in action, and usually they're more late gamey things. Well, amoeba have their own little Strikecraft. Here's a funny thing. There is a route. I don't know whether we'll be able to do it. We will try with the special projects. There is a way to learn about these amoeba flagella and get them for yourself, so that your ships deploy space amoebas that will attack people in combat. How cool is that? They also have this down here, this type of armor, this natural armor they have, regenerative hull tissue. These bacteria are imprinted with the ship's structural design and will attempt to restore the hull integrity should it be compromised. So basically, if you get this is a way to have your ships naturally regenerate without even needing to repair them at a spaceport. Pretty cool, right? And all these kinds of features, these are really cool in a version of Stellaris where there's like lots of Wild Westy small conflicts going on in early game. We don't get any flavor text for these other ones. I want to say here as well, by the way, their drive, their core component, how do they move? Well, they have a bio drive. Pretty fun, right? You can't ever get bio drives for yourself, I don't think. So anyway, there are a few different types. There is the Space Amoeba Mother, and that's what I was just showing you guys, right? But there's also down here, you've got regular little Space Amoebas, see? And they don't deploy, you know, flagella, but they have their little attacks. And yeah, there's a few of them. So maybe we can learn about them. In fact, let's just start working on that right now. Situation log. We can research this. It will be done in just over a year. 2000 society. It's not that bad. We can pick that up. And in fact, we can get our research going nice and quick soon as well. Once I've figured out what my territory is, the job is going to be destroy the brand, federate with the Jotun, figure out if we have to go to war with the Choya or what. I don't know. And start solidifying and building up our economy and our research, and we can turbocharge it, and we can suddenly go through all the types of ships. We can start looking at mega structures, all that kind of fun stuff. We'll get amazing fleets. We'll destroy these 2. We'll take the fight to Jormag, and hopefully by then we'll know what the hell's going on elsewhere and whether we're going to have half a galaxy of zombies to fight or destroyers. So anyway, let's move on through. By the way, I do want to point out, I haven't done this yet, but now that we've got sensor scans, look at this. You can see that the Jotun fleets, they call themselves the Enlightened. And look, they have Yeti class corvettes. And if we look over at the Choya, like, as you guys watch these videos, if you have a keen eye and you watch closely, you'll see so much stuff. So this is the Cactus Builder. This is the Cactus class construction ship, right? And meanwhile, the Jotun's construction are the this is the Advisor class, I guess, because they're preaching, they're giving their information out to the world. All these different societies and aliens, they all have their own little, you know, names for their things, right? The Branded Corruptor, that's their construction ships as they move around and they corrupt things. This is the Feeler. And I don't know, do they have cruisers and things now? There is something really bizarre going on with what they're doing with transport fleets. I think they might be trying to send them somewhere or do something, and they might be struggling with it. I don't know. Once we can look inside their borders, it's very strange. These guys aren't doing that. I mean, they're hostile to us, as you can clearly see, but they're not doing that. I love these sensors, man. I love that we can spy on what everyone's doing. Right. God, I keep getting distracted when we play. Also, look at how small the brand is starting to look comparatively to us with the size that we have got to. Starting to feel pretty good. All right. Oh, yeah, and we have wormhole exploration today, don't we? Oh, my Lord. We're going to figure that out. So, we still don't get many alloys. We got a few more ships. Don't we have... Oh, yeah. There's the star bases as well. Let's go back to Earth, okay? Let's look at our local star base, which is a star port, remember? It's an outpost, can become a star port, or are we just an outpost still? Well, now we can become a star hold. We're going to go up to star hold now, which is going to be bigger. And do we have citadels? Did we already learn how to do citadels?
Completed.
So we'll get more slots now. And in fact, all of our stuff we can probably upgrade. Probably a good idea. They'll become more military. They'll get more military strength. We can put more buildings on them. We can do all kinds of stuff. It's going to cost us alloys. Let's see if we can make a trade. I mean, we've been handing out to these guys. Let's see if the Exalted, who have currently still got their borders closed to us, if they would be receptive to a trade of alloys. I doubt it, since most people don't have many alloys. Yeah, they don't want to trade alloys. Do you guys want to do like a research pact or anything like that? They do not like me enough to do that. They're starting to like me more and more and more. If I demand tribute of them, that's me demanding that they become my vassals, so we have to be careful of that. We obviously don't want to do that. Well, look, we're already trading with them. We just have to give it time. They'll learn to like me. Man, I love desert worlds. I think they're so... Look at that. Look how crisp and clean that is. So good. We'll leave that for now. These guys are just so far away as well. I mean, I kind of want to support the independence of these guys, these primitives that the crate we're trying to, like, deal with. But, I mean, it's just too distant. It's too distant. We'll ignore that for now. Okay, these two new colonies. What problems have they got? Populations that could be put to work. Right. The Tengu that would study the physics. Let's put them in cities. Let's build loads of cities. They'll all start off as clerks, and then they're going to have this huge, abundant population there that's living there but has nothing to do. And we're going to throw them in research labs and high-tier buildings. Meanwhile, Veramden Prime looks like it's going to be a good generator world filled with hydroelectric dams and stuff. There's a desert. There's some kelp that's hiding. Some underwater vents. So geothermal energy there. It looks like there's just a lot of resources for energy. So let's do this. I'm going to build a bunch of those straight away. We have the minerals for it, guys. We're just going to stack that up so we don't have to worry about it for a while. And we can just look at the buildings. This is the way the game's kind of played in general. Okay, so check it out. This is our first Star Fortress. It has nothing on it that would be guns and stuff, but it's already 1,000 anyway. You know, this is just a couple of anchorages. And I will stack a couple more anchorages on there as well. And while we're at it, we can put... Oh, by the way, hydroponics bay. I don't know whether I told you guys about this, but there's the hydroponics building, and then there's the hydroponics bay as well. You can put hydroponics places in space and get food from space. See, I'm playing a really food-heavy, like, empire here, but you can clearly see that there's more stuff you could spend food on. If food was necessary to recruit new armies, I think it would become a much more interesting commodity in the game. Let's put a hyperlane registrar there. No, let's do this. This will earn us money. We'll get money from it. So anyway, and again, I don't anticipate this place will ever be attacked. But so can you see the white icon on the right? It's now starting to look a little bit more complicated. That's basically showing you the tier of starbase in the area, right? So at a glance, I can tell how well defended it is. Sol has a pretty basic one. And then as it tiers up, more and more, like, you know, lines and things are getting drawn. There is no white hexagon if all you have is an outpost. You know, an outpost does nothing, really. It's just hanging out there. But, you know, as you start to build them up and they get military strength, you get these other things. Okay, so... do I have everyone queued to upgrade? Oh, no. So alloys was the problem. That was what we wanted to do. So I'm going to sell 5,000 minerals, 5,000 food to get us up to as much money as possible. And I'm going to spend it all on alloys. So there you go. And now we can make sure that all of our various outposts are actually getting upgraded. This one is... Okay, so this is the important one. This is where the enclaves are. I should have got used to the name of the system, Azala. Azala is the most important system we've seen so far. So we can build that up. All the way over here at Brius, we can build it up. Now, by the way, building these up doesn't just have the upfront alloy costs, but they are more... they do cost us more to, like, maintain as well if we do this. So, you know, we are putting more of a strain on our economy, but I feel okay for now. I feel strong enough that the brand won't... In fact, let's see. Comparatively, where are we? We're equivalent in all ways now. And they're still too scared to make a move on me since the start. Which is good. Because if they do, I don't think I'm actually ready for them. I mean, I've kept my naval... I'm below my naval capacity, but I've kept, you know...
Construction
pretty
completed.
high up here with my fleet. It's enough to scare anyone off, right? We've got a patrolling pirate fleet. This big fleet over here of 1,600... Look how big this is getting. Comprised of 5 destroyers, 17 corvettes, and the various corvettes are of different configurations, which is pretty cool. And, well, and there you go. We're just building up these last ones.
Construction completed.
So, our leader died. We have no more governors, so let's hire a governor. This guy will make our buildings cheaper and faster, so let's do that. And does this guy have a governor?
The special project has concluded.
I guess not. I guess we don't have a governor here. Maybe what we want to do is hire one and then apply it to the sector somehow. It's just, I don't know how they change sectors. It feels to me very unintuitive what they've done. You can basically give sectors specific resources, or you can turn a whole sector into a vassal, like make it its own empire all in its own, but it's still your vassal, you know. Kind of like what the Jotun did to the Tengu. The space amoebas, the nickname now lovingly popularized on Earth, are solitary animals. When left to their own devices, they're solitary when left to their own devices. All but the youngest specimens are accompanied by quasi-independent organisms dubbed flagella, seemingly spawned by the amoeba and programmed through liquid RNA-laced secretions to do the bidding of the host. Initially assumed to be the young space amoebas, the flagella do not seem to factor into any reproductive mechanics, each individual flagellum instead operating solely as a disconnected limb for its host amoeba. These flagella are capable of manipulating and even attacking objects in an impressive yet restricted range around the host, periodically returning to lodge inside the host amoeba's body for reprogramming. There are potential military applications to be found in regenerative properties of the amoeba's thick hide, or in the flagella's graceful patterns of movement. So basically, here's our choice. Do we want to learn about the regenerative hull tissue and get it for ourselves? Or do we want to learn about their movement, giving all of our fleets 5 evasion forever, 5% evasion? I'm going to go with the regenerative hull tissue because I actually think it's a little bit more fun. The evasion I actually think is better. Late game, the regen probably isn't that good, and the evasion is always going to be good. So, you know, you can kind of like, if you were going metagaming everything, I think we'd go with this. But I actually like the idea of the regenerative hull tissue, and since we don't actually have that, we're not that tech progressed right now, it might be of some worth to us. Plus, we can do some cool ship customization with that as well. So I'll do that. It looks like we might not be able to get their whole flagella thing. If we kill some of them, we might be able to reverse engineer what they're doing, but I'm not sure whether that's a good idea. What is our science ship doing here, by the way? She's just surveying? She's actually surveying right as the Giants are about to construct a spaceship here. An outpost. Here, look. This is the Jotun builder.
System survey concluded.
Their builders look really cool. I like their ships. They look really awesome. The colors of the ships and the trails and all that is based on the Empire colors.
Construction completed.
So, it's pretty cool. Okay, here we go. Wormhole stabilization. So, let's just... Oh my god, Hyperdrive 3. Isn't that appropriate? Probably because it's the same thing, particle physics, as I mentioned earlier on. So there's a new type of disruptor here, an even stronger one. These upgraded disruptors fire bolts of more destructive ion particles at targets without sacrificing the firing rate of their predecessors. We could do a whole fleet that uses disruptors if we want. We could try that. Full penetration fleet. I mean, how would that mix in with our other fleets? I don't know. Chemical plants. Let's just do global energy management for now, okay? Load balancing facilities can greatly improve the stability of local grids and feed excess power back into centralized capacitors. Basically, this will be a good thing for our money, and we unlock a new edict and a new building, and we'll look at that building when we get there in a second. Now, wormholes. I think because we've had the curators, we've been pretty good, and our tech is pretty decent. So we might be one of the first in the whole galaxy to be able to explore wormholes. And the choice is ours. Now, didn't we hear this wormhole was going somewhere special, wasn't it? And didn't we hear that the way to defeat one of these creatures was in a wormhole in their system or something? I'm not sure. Anyway, to explore a wormhole, we need a science ship. Now, this guy's helping the Tengu. Or would be. He's almost there. But no one's doing any research there yet, anyway. So let's just pick a wormhole. I'm scared. I'm genuinely scared. If we open up something horrible, this is not going to be a good idea. Let's go down to Jatta Ramus. And I'll watch him go in, because that'll be really fun, I think. Meanwhile,
Construction completed.
our territory continues to expand. This guy's done.
Construction completed.
There is a technology for automatic exploration that we probably could have had a while ago now. Doesn't look like there's much more to survey. I mean, there's here, but we don't have any route. So just come home. I'm going to tell them to come home. And okay, so they're boxed in. They can't get through any of these borders. So it says they can't find a path home should they do an emergency FTL jump and go missing in action. Emergency FTL is the way you can try and bail out of a really dodgy fight that you can't otherwise disengage from. But you have a chance of people getting destroyed and stuff. Well, here we can try and do that just to get them home. So we're gone. Missing in action. At least one fleet is gone, and we don't know when they'll get home. Well, we do. We got an estimate. And that will send them, if they're all right, back to where they came from. Next, you've just collected that, so you can build these. Sorry. You're grabbing that, so then you can grab that. And that's everyone working again. Right, let's go to this wormhole and see what we've got, shall we? I really want to save the game. I haven't really talked...
Knowledge is the key to
I haven't really talked to you guys about Iron Man mode yet. But basically, in Stellaris, if you want achievements, Steam achievements and stuff, which I'm a big fan of, I like Steam achievements. And I've actually got pretty much every Steam achievement in this game up until some of the recent expansions and updates. If you want to do that, you need to play in what's called Iron Mode, which means that you can't save scum. You can't just save, find out something that happened, and then reload. And obviously, the way I've been playing, I'm not actually in Iron Man mode, but I'm playing as though I'm in Iron Man mode. So whatever happens here, I'm not going to reload and just scum it, unless it's really bad. But I mean, if we're going to get destroyed here, we'll get destroyed here. Meanwhile, so what was this? The living state. The Empire lives. This seems kind of weird. Well, we've unlocked what are known as deep space black sites. Check this out. A large part is... This is a building you can put on a starbase. And if you do it, it says a large part of the starbase has been set aside as a black site that does not officially exist. The entire system is closely monitored from here, while intelligence operatives carefully manipulate the local media and social events to the best of their ability. So what this is, I really like this, and particularly when you find systems that have lots of colonies in them, and later, by the way, you can make spaceborne habitats that are like colonies. This will affect all of the planets in that solar system, right? And what it says there is that everyone living in that solar system will have higher governing ethics attraction, and all of the colonies will be more stable because you're manipulating them from afar. Pretty awesome, right? So what we can do is we can, in this very system, to be honest with you, there are two planets here, right? There are two colonies, and we're filling them with Jotun and we're filling them with Tengu, and they might not exactly feel the way we do. By the way, this is a cool binary system. Alpha Centauri is a trinary. This one's binary. You can already see how big it is, right? So what we could do is put a black site on the starbase here, and everyone here, no matter how many of these places we end up terraforming or building habitats so that we can live here, this is a huge area. All of them will be more likely to believe in my way of thinking, and all of them will be more stable. Even if they end up crime-ridden and neglected crapholes, my sneaky black site operatives on this starbase will keep working away. I like it. But we don't have the alloys to upgrade it just yet, but we will put that on there somewhere. Now, the new thing that we can do, this one's huge. Habitability for everyone in the Empire +5. That's really good. That basically increases our top-end, happiness and comfort wherever we're living and improves our resources enormously. I think I might go for this. This is really good. Atmospheric filtering. By adjusting atmospheric filtering on a per-site basis to better filter out undesirable elements, colonial living conditions may be improved. But then there's also the regenerative hull tissue, which we already have 4,000 out of 9,000. We got half of the way there. A genetically altered version of silicon-based bacteria could potentially be manipulated to regenerate by non-organic materials. So we're going to use some kind of bacteria on our armor that will cause it to regrow on our new ships if we do this. I want the habitability first, though. This will never go away, and the habitability will be done much quicker. It's only 2,000, so, it's about a year and a half. And then we'll put the black site there when we can afford it. Consumer good issue is going down. Right, back to the wormhole adventure. Gotta love wormholes. It's probably because I'm just such a big fan of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, which was peak Star Trek. I say that, I haven't actually seen Discovery or Picard, so... But I haven't heard good things. I don't know, I should probably trust other people a little bit more. Alright, they've just made peace. Status quo, neither side occupies any claimed territory. So they're done. Oh my god, we've got so much going on. Okay, they're at peace now. Let's jump on this. Invite to Federation. We can invite them into our Federation, and they'll probably say yes. Federation, you say? Let us discuss this in earnest, then. We can invite them into our Federation. This will increase their trust of us by a lot every month, but it will cost us influence to do it. That's okay. Once I've got all this territory over here, I'm kind of alright.
A momentous occasion. We have formed a federation.
Oh my god, there's so much going on. Ooh, we found someone new as well. Ooh, okay. So, hold on. And we found that they have a gateway. Right, let's do it this way. So, now that we have federated... Oh, this is cool. You can see a lot of their fleets have become blue. And all this space is now open for us to explore if we can get there. We still have the matter of the brand being in the way. But these guys are like super allies now. We will work together. We will collaborate. The expansion, by the time you guys are watching this video, the expansion is probably just coming out, right? It's like a mid-March expansion. Actually changes federations a lot. So what you're about to watch in this video is actually going to change super soon. There's a whole expansion about federations. So here's one last glimpse at what federations were before that patch comes in, which has been a really significant patch. Very cool one. There's a lot of stuff to look at. Anyway, so they're blue now. We are like really tight, okay? And I guess these guys were in contact with an empire that I didn't know about, and we hadn't shared communication. So now that we're in a federation, like everything we know, they know, and everything they know, we know, or vice versa, we get to know this now. So the Starborn Glory Seekers. And check it out. It's the Norn. I represent the Starborn Glory Seekers, our elected leader, clan speaker, Askir Dragonrender. I can't believe he's still alive. Hopes for peaceful relations with your people, but know that we are more than capable of defending our way of the life. So they are an assembly of clans. This government is a militaristic form of democracy where all free clan warriors can make their voices heard. So they're egalitarian, they're militarist, and they're slightly spiritualist. They might have changed their ethics a little bit since the start of the campaign. We're delighted to meet you, Norn. And so where are the Norn? Let's have a look. They're all the way up here. They're on the other side of the Sea of Sorrows. The dragons are not doing that well. To be honest, it looks like everyone is managing to fight back. The Norn are looking epically strong. Look at how good the Norn are doing. Now, because we've just learned about the Norn, we found a thing in their space. It's this system here. And it's over here. Look at this. A disabled gateway. So we're about to go through a wormhole. Gateways are a little bit like wormholes, except they're all connected to each other all the time. So wormhole will connect to another wormhole somewhere else, and that's it. It's a two-way street, but it's between those two wormholes. Gateways are like, this gateway will be connected to every single other gateway in the whole galaxy all at once. So if you have one gateway, you can go to any of them. And they're really important for moving fleets around in super late game. I'll talk to you guys about that later. But here, check it out. An ancient space station of some kind has been located at the edge of this system. The strong residual subspace signatures that surrounds the station indicates that it may be a gateway of sorts, a part of a theoretical network of similar stations that at some point would have allowed for near instantaneous travel between different parts of the galaxy. Assuming this is a gateway, its current state of disrepair has rendered it unusable. If it could be restored into working order, its owner would potentially be able to access any of the other functional gateways in the galaxy, enabling travel across huge distances in a matter of days. So they're basically like wormholes you can build, but they're also a risk, because if you have a ton of gateways in your empire and someone else builds their own or repairs their own, all of a sudden they have a back door and they can attack you anywhere. Like, imagine this. Imagine I built a gateway, you know, in every system, and now the Jormag and the Ice Brood have found it. Then that's it. I'm screwed. Because they can come in, and I don't know where they'll come out. So that's a big thing, and the Norn have got one. So the gateways are marked with this icon. They also have a wormhole over here. It's this one. I didn't just discover them because we went through our wormhole and it connects. No, we haven't done that just yet. I was going to say. So you never know. We might pop out in their territory there. They don't seem to... They've automatically closed their borders again. Well met, friends. Let us know if there's something the Starborn Glory Seekers can do for you. So these guys are all about, you know, courage and heroism and bravery. They're very inferior to us, apparently. They've got a lot of populations, though, and they love us. Look at that. They love us straight away. Maybe it's because they're quite similar to us in some respects. We could do a research agreement immediately. Go on. You can have our tech, and we'll have yours, and I'll get ready to federate with them. They're not at peace, though. Oh, my God. Look, they are at what? The reason why they're struggling is they're at war. They're at war with the Drenched. They're in a preventative war. They're actually attacking the Sea of Sorrows early. It might destroy them. Okay. But they also have loads of other stuff going on. Look, they are of commercial pacts. They have research agreements going on. Migration treaties with multiple unidentified empires. Wow. Okay. Back to us. Oh, there was another thing, though, wasn't there? Yeah, okay, there you go. They have decided to join the Just Concord. So that is the name of our federation. Now, I don't often play with federations. I can't remember if I can name it. But check this out. In the bottom right-hand corner, Federation, the Just Concord. Let's click it. Can I name it? Yes, I can. Let's call it the United Nations Star Alliance. Because I'm, you know, greedy and I created this. So... the Federation was formed right here, and it will say when, you know, 100 years from now, it might get destroyed, it might whatever. Other federations might fight against us. The president right now is the United Nations of Earth. These are the members. It's us two. And don't forget, those two are kind of like two nations at once. And then there's fleets. So what you can do is actually produce fleets for the Federation that everyone contributes to. And there'll be like extra military strength for you that you can control and move around. Right now, though, I don't think we really have any, and we don't have to worry about that just yet. We're not actually at war. I have to be careful if these guys drag me into a war. We'll have to watch out for that. And that's it really for federations right now. There is an entire game expansion about this feature, literally coming out right now, and all the preview stuff looks really cool with it. I haven't made any videos about that kind of stuff, but you never know. So, very well, we'll share our knowledge with the United Nations of Earth in exchange for your own. Yeah, and that's what I'm more interested in. They have opened their borders to me. We have found an archaeological site. Where is that? That's in their territory. We'll never get that, and it looks like they've researched it anyway. Oh my god, some of you are just so desperate for me to get into this wormhole. Hold on, though, because there was another thing that happened. Didn't we unlock a new edict? Oh no, we just got extra influence from our factions, yeah. Which is why we're at +6 now, by the way. So let's keep moving. Our economy is so good right now, it's unbelievable. So here's the wormhole. And we'll fly in, we'll see what we've got. These guys have got a bit of a problem with unemployment, but that should go away in just a second. Still a problem with consumer goods. I'm kind of playing it close to the teeth with that, but as soon as these civilian industries are up, that's going to give us 2 artisan jobs. Completed. And the artisans each give us 12. There you go. So we've resolved that problem. There's a new building there as well immediately. So here it is. This is what it looks like to go into one. It connects to the media system. So let's move here. Are we actually allowed in? It might. No, there you go. Travel to media. And out we come. Oh my god. Oh my god, we are on the opposite side of the galaxy. And there's 3 planets here. Why is this not claimed space? Nobody's here. Ooh. It's like a whole new game. There's so many planets here that we've just immediately found. There's a tropical world. We haven't seen any tropical worlds yet either. Look at this. I love tropical worlds. Usually I play as aliens that live on tropical worlds. This is usually what I go for. This is a massive tropical world as well, size 24. There's an alpine world. Look, these sensors we have really give us a lot. This is a habitable world with a ring system around it. There's 3 worlds here. There's an Arctic one. The Jotun would actually be happy with it. No, not the Jotun. Another Arctic one orbiting it, a moon. What else do we have? And then over here, like a lonely little planet. Triple Arctic worlds. Well, the Sensali we have will be very happy. There's a desert, a size 25 desert world. The question is, are there really no star bases here? And if so, why not? What can we grab here, I wonder? This could genuinely be a whole new branch of the United Nations of Earth. And we can allow our Kodan friends through as... Kodan Jotun friends through as well. Don't leave a comment about it. I know. It's alright, guys. You can make fun. God, we're getting so good here. Now, the other thing I can do is explore the other wormholes. There's 2 more, 3 more in our borders. But I also kind of don't want to invite too much risk. This has been a big payoff. So let's see what we got. Survey. Survey. Oh, no. Don't explore that. We have to cancel that. Otherwise, they'll queue them all up. I don't know how to, like, remove from the queue just the most recent thing. Survey. 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 Just go in this big ring. We'll see if we accidentally fly into something that's dangerous. We should be tipped off about their existence very early, though. And then that one down there as well. So that's all those systems. And good. Let's start the timer again.
An alien nation is hailing us.
Oh my god, we found something. Who found us? Some alien vessel called the Elemental Thraldom. Diplomatic channels have opened. We are the Elemental Thraldom, minions of the wise Primarch Verata. Our aim is to improve ourselves through the use of technology, and whether you agree with these goals or not, we trust you will remain amicable neighbors. Fanatic and authoritarians, so slavers basically, and materialists. We're delighted to meet you, Elemental. Now here's the thing, these guys are a totalitarian regime. This government is a materialistic form of autocracy where the state aspires toward full control over the lives of the citizens in the name of efficiency. And if you look here, their civics are, they have a shadow council, which is basically like rulers that are hiding in the background, and they're a police state. They are the ultimate dictatorship, basically, okay? Where are they? They're over here. And they live here at Garenhof.
An alien nation is...
Oh, they're all coming now. They're all coming. This is it. Oh, we double ticked that one. I don't know how. So yeah, hold on. First with these guys, the Wizard's Tower. They live on a continental world just like ours. But yeah, they are elemental beasts that are roaming, and they have being manipulated by some wizard on high. We'll have to be careful about them. They are very, very, very strict slavers, and I don't think we'll get along with them in any way. It's just an empire of thralls. And amazingly, they have been our neighbors this whole time. It was them who claimed Alpha Centauri. It's them who's holding the line against Jormag. And then finally, we have the Hyperlane Experimenter Mega Crew. Greetings, I am honored to be chosen by Director General Zach to represent the Hyperlane Experimenter Mega Crew in all diplomatic dealings with your fascinating species. We strive to unlock the full potential of technology, a goal we hope you will find equally worthwhile. So this is a science directorate. The government's a materialistic form of oligarchy where a committee of scientists supervises the government apparatus for maximum efficiency. So it's the Asura. We are delighted to meet you, Asura. Now these guys might be okay. We might learn of them. Now they're all the way up here. You'll see that we're getting to what is known as mid game now. Okay, we're starting to learn who is really around, and they'll keep coming in here. So these guys seem to be in a fairly peaceful area. They're kind of near the dredge. What have they been up to, I wonder? Oh, they are overlords of the dredge. The Asura dominated the dredge. I can't believe it. That's so cool. Also inferior to us, but their technology's equivalent. Pretty scary. They're from the world, the seat of the Arcane Council. The system is known as Ratasum. They've got a bunch of interesting little places here. Sounds like the Metrica province. And, well, they've got a few colonies. Now, how little do you like us? They love us. A lot of people rate because of the mutual threats. There's a lot of pops of Asura. That is crazy. Look at them all. Wow. They found some primitives as well. See, any of these wormholes might just end up going to them, and I'm a bit worried about... I mean, these guys, if these guys are technologically equivalent to us, it's only a matter of time before they start going through wormholes. They're very distant. We don't have to think about them too much. Let's keep focused on our side of the game. And deal with this Choya issue. These little cacti that are right next to us. And maybe we can just try... Oh, look, they open their borders. Oh, these guys open their borders. We no longer see any reason to keep you locked out of our territory. Our borders are open to you again. I love their icon. Okay. Well, we'll see what they do. They're not that big. They must have someone near them. This is a crowded area down here. Look at this. Are they subjects to anyone? They're rivaling the Whispers in the Ice. It's so interesting, guys. If we were just one system down, our whole galaxy experience would have been different. We would have been in this block, and we would have been doing totally different stuff. Right, well, we'll leave Arata and his elemental thralls to it. Right, now there was a building we could build here. We fixed our issue with specialists wanting jobs. But I'm assuming more specialists might come to live here eventually. So maybe we want to keep giving them things to do. Let's make a monument here, keep our unity going so that we can actually build a stronger federation and do bigger and better things with that. Oh, there it is. Look, vassalization request. The dredge requested to become vassals. They have given up their freedom in exchange for safety. Safety from who? I mean, they are pretty pathetic. I think everyone's quite cordial to me because I'm pretty strong. And unless they're, like, completely against me. I mean, this is interesting because the Elder Dragons that we know of have not expanded in the way that they usually would. And thus, most people are just uniting against them. Which is good. Like, none of my playtests... I mean, we still only see half of them. You never know what the other three are like. This is a lot of space for a lot of stuff potentially to be happening. So you never know. Right, the Elemental Thraldom, the Experimenter Medical Crew, that's fine. They all just want to open their borders with me. And,
research
we just want to keep building here, really. So, global energy management, load balancing facilities can greatly improve the stability of local grids and feed access power back into the capacitors.
Construction completed.
Let's get... Oh, do we want automatic exploration? Oh, a listening post. That'd be pretty good. That's like sensors, but really good ones just for our space stations. Let's go with basic combat rolls so that our ships are a bit better. Ah, here we go. We found something over here. very first archaeology site we found.
Construction completed.
Decoded ancient data crystals have been found at the dig site chronicling the Gruner's military exploits. While most are local and of little interest, several volumes detail the Gruner's first encounter with an alien species referred to as the Baul organism. Little more can be gleaned about the Baul at this point, save that they were a massive plantoid species and had many colonies seeded among the stars. So plantoids we've not really talked about much, but it's kind of a type of, you can have machines, you can have biologicals, you can have lithoids, you can have plantoids, right? I mean, I say biologicals, you can have mammals and reptiles and like mollusks and fungi. We've seen the fungi species. But yeah, plants are like, one of the first little updates they ever added to the game was adding the plant type species with plant ships and stuff. And that was pretty basic compared to what they do these days. The updates they put in this game now are really good for species packs. Like, for example, you can play as a devouring swarm, as I've said. If you choose to play a lithoid devouring swarm, you become a very special type of lithoid devouring swarm called a terravore, and you have like there's this whole world of stuff. Guys, I've still only scratched at the surface of how many cool different types of empires there are and build types you can be. It's really, really badass. And in fact, if we look at the elemental thraldom, we should see from their totalitarian... Oh, no, we can't. We want to learn about their species. How do I learn about the species that they are? Here, these Tyrians. It doesn't really say much. They're strong. Every single little alien race is very different. And the more that we can pull into our empire, the better, really. The more diversified we are, the better. And that will please one of our factions, too. So I might want to offer a migration treaty with, say, the Norn. They won't do it, because they don't like me enough just yet. Who might like me enough? The Choya are such fools. I mean, they really don't like me. I'm a rival, and I'm allied to their rivals, so it's falling apart. I mean, I could just conquer them and take their land. What I don't want is the Choya to attack me while I'm in the middle of dealing with the brand. Who must know their day is coming. They must know. So here we go. So the Soul Shipyard is now a lot bigger. We have a Star Fortress. Sorry, we have a... whatever tier we're at the moment, I can't remember. But the next one will become a fortress. Anyway, so what do we want? Let's put some more anchorages down so that we can have more ships.
Construction completed.
And let's do another hydroponics base so that we get more food. And let's do that as well over at the Barnard Star one. Anchorages. And another hydroponics base. What is this?
Construction completed.
Ooh. We no longer see the benefit in sharing our technology with you. The research agreement between our empires is no more. They called me Norn there. That was a bit weird. They broke the research the research agreement. Why? What, you think that you've got nothing to learn from me? You were benefiting so much from that, you fools! And you kind of like me! Why would they do that? Unbelievable. What if I want Norn in my empire? What if I want the 5 big races in my empire? I'm already human. We can do better. I've had 0 piracy issues, which I'm kind of happy with. I feel like I've played the game well. But at the same time, I kind of feel like
construction completed.
I maybe didn't play the game perfectly. Are you already building this? No, you can build this now. So good. Here we go. Now, Earth has got 40 pops on it.
Construction
We can
completed.
go to the new tier of planetary administration. The planetary capital. Sprawling complex of bureaucratic structures. And there's another building we can put on there.
Construction completed.
So we can put the energy grid down. That's a new building we got. I'm going to go with research labs, though. By the way, you can start filtering the type of building up at the top. Very useful to do. I'll probably start it now that the list is getting a bit big. And we'll start swapping some of these alloy foundries away and have more research going on. And we'll start culling away some of these districts and getting more cities going in there soon. And yeah, those people who are unemployed will become employed pretty soon. Let's get 2 more anchorages going. since I don't think my borders are too in danger. Let's get another hydroponics bay all the way over here. We're going to do this. Actually, hold on. This is no, this is Birius.
Research
to be honest,
concluded.
let's swap all of these for anchorages. And I don't know, put a hyperlane registrar there since a lot of traffic goes through that system. This one we probably don't want to spam with anchorages. Hold on. Let's keep this place as an actual fortress of defense. Let's put the communications jammer on there. Okay, now, what did we just learn? Habitability +5, that's going to be really good for us. Interstellar Fleet, here you go, the Fleet Academy. This is the thing. If you put a Fleet Academy building on a star base, all the ships that come out begin with 100 experience, which basically means they do more damage immediately in combat. Takes them a long time to become veteran, and then like whatever the final tier is. Like it's ridiculously hard to level them up to max. But this is pretty good. For our newly recruited crews to be combat ready, they must have capable officers leading them. The Fleet Academy will ensure that these officers have up-to-date knowledge of the doctrines and practice of interstellar warfare. Or we could do the regen tissue. Let's do that. The longer we wait with that, the worse that's going to get. So let's grab that while we can. We're pretty low on alloys, but that's okay. Now let's look at our friends. So yellow is kind of like, these are the brand, and they're allowed in their territory right now because of the peace. Now, if I tried to declare war on the brand in a minute, are the Jotun going to be annoyed with me? They better not be. How's your fleets doing, dudes, as well? They're doing okay. They're building up. Maybe I'll give them another handout. More money, more minerals. The director of the Museum of Exobiology on Earth has issued a request for the procurement of several live alien specimens. These creatures were spotted on surveyed habitable worlds, but they are difficult to capture. It will require the full resource of a science ship for a lengthy period of time to do it. I'm going to say no. This is kind of an early game quest, and I think we're getting a bit beyond that. The rewards from that probably won't be so useful to us anymore. Okay. So we've got 3 options in diplomacy now. The trade routes can become more protected. The market fee can go down. That's pretty goddamn good. Or our Federation Navy can be stronger. Let's do this. Insider trading. Knowing the right people in the right places can make a world of difference. Influential merchant contracts will let us buy from resource markets of favorable rates. Beautiful. So now our fee, we're not going to get hit so hard in the pocket whenever we're buying all these alloys because we haven't really built the alloy foundries well enough. It's so weird, guys, because we have not been getting robots the whole time. Usually I was getting robots ages ago, but our populations are growing pretty slow, honestly, on this playthrough. So we've studied the first place here. Ooh, what's that? Oh, it's another amoeba fleet. Maybe that's the reason no one's come here, because they're too scared of these pathetic little amoebas and they're not actually attacking them or clearing them out. I wonder if that's the thing. Might be. Cannot wait to see this big AI update that they do. I really can't wait for it. It's going to be awesome. I won't even have to wait very much for it, because it's almost here.
Research concluded.
We get more research, basic combat roles. That's going to be a big upgrade for all of our ships. We could have got that a long time ago. X-ray lasers. Yeah, let's do X-ray lasers. And, wow, this is... They're not upgrading. Okay, so let's go to our ship designer. Now, if I tell it to auto-generate designs again, what are you going to give me? You're going to give me Buzzard-class corvettes that have small UV lasers, energy siphons on them, cold fusion reactors.
System survey.
Here you go. Look. Instead of a basic computer that's using swarm tactics, we have a combat computer that will cause it to be a picket ship. Its tracking will go up, its fire rate will go up, and what it will do is advance to close range and then attempt to intercept enemies. Meanwhile, our destroyers are also at large UV. So basically, a large slot, you can put a UV laser in it. And because it's a large slot, it will make it a large UV laser. If you put a UV laser in a small slot, it will be a small laser. Does that make sense? That's on the artillery bow. We got these. These are kind of the default designs. I'd love to play with this a little bit more. But that's fine. So we can let the game decide what the top tier stuff is for here. For now. And we don't need to put these improved reactor boosters in because we've got enough power anyway. So check this out. This is a platform combat computer on the defense platforms. So let's just upgrade all of our fleets.
Construction completed.
Now, I'm clicking upgrade because that's going to put them onto a new design. But that doesn't necessarily mean it will be a better design. We'll have to see. So check it out, by the way. This here, this is a fleet I can control as the leader of the Federation. And this is our Federation fleet. As you'll see, it's pretty weak right now. So you don't judge it too badly. But what's happening, I think, is they might follow us around if we do this. I'm not sure. Anyway, we can follow them around with our Federation fleet and just see what they're up to, right? That's my own thing. I get to control that as president of the Federation for now. I think leadership will move later. I think. All right, let's make sure all of our construction ships are doing their jobs. The Choya, once again, are going for this. I might have missed it. Let's see. They're on their way. I might try and race them anyway. Let's try and race them anyway, shall we? So, we don't have the resources, but we can enter orbit and see what they go for. Not sure where they are or what they're up to right now, but we can keep a lookout. This science ship back home, not really doing anything, are you? You can start assisting research over here if you'd like. And I think we're ready for the next... Oh, no, not that place. This place. And I think we're ready for the next phase, to be honest. We're going to fill in these. They're all getting built right here, right now. And we've got exploring. This is our new area of expansion. And I think I'm about to kill Kraukatoric. I'm going to try and slay a dragon. That'll be the next episode, guys. We'll see how it goes for round 2. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you there.